You came here asking for power, but you forgot that power without presence becomes distortion. Thoth gave you the code, sacred patterns, hidden laws, divine architecture. But without the frequency of love, the code locks you out. Yeshua knew this. He didn't just speak of heaven, he became the door. And now the universe isn't withholding your manifestation. It's just asking you to stop trying to hack the system and start matching the sacred resonance of the version of you who already lives the reality you asked for. You are not being tested. You are being remembered. Chapter 1. The frequency doesn't lie. Thoth inscribed the law, as within, so without, as above, so below. But most try to change the without before they clean the within. Your reality is not lagging, it's perfectly tuned to your beliefs, your wounds, your nervous system. The code is neutral, it mirrors, and the mirror doesn't lie. Yeshua didn't teach the law of attraction, he embodied the law of radiance. He knew your life cannot receive what your frequency still fears. So this chapter begins with a question. Are you radiating what you're asking for, or are you still rehearsing your resistance? Chapter 2. The identity you built was a survival code. Before you awaken, you build yourself like armor. Layer upon layer. Mask over essence. Thoth revealed the geometry of the soul, but Yeshua revealed its softness. He wept. He surrendered. He bled love into places that forgot how to feel. And so must you. You say you want to rise, but you're still clinging to the self who learned to hide. You say you want to be seen, but you're still fused to the version of you who was never safe. This chapter is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering the original architecture, the sacred geometry of your essence. Let the persona fall. Let the shell break. Let the real one rise, not the one who performs, the one who remembers. Chapter 3. The loop is a ladder. The universe repeats itself until you respond from your soul, not your script. Thoth knew cycles. He mapped them in the stars. But it was Yeshua who broke them, not by force, but by forgiveness. You're not stuck. You're just being asked, will you choose differently this time, even when the pattern looks familiar, safe, or sacred? The past will return. The fear will whisker. The old life will flash one last time. Not to claim you, but to ask, have you finally become the version of you who doesn't need to repeat this lesson anymore? Most don't pass this chapter because they confuse familiarity with alignment. But what repeats isn't what's true. It's what's unresolved. Chapter 4. Stillness is the language of trust. After all your effort, nothing. No sign. No proof. No movement. This is the void. And yet, the seed is not dead. It's becoming. Thoth taught you to watch the stars. Yeshua taught you to trust the unseen. When he stood before silence, he didn't run. He let the silence hollow out his will until only divine will remained. This chapter asks, can you keep your frequency steady when life stops speaking? True surrender is not waiting. It's not hoping. It's knowing, even in stillness, especially in stillness. This is where the old ego dies and the soul takes the throne. Chapter 5. Embodiment is the final gate. After all the remembering, all the breaking, all the quiet, there comes a choice. Not the kind you think, not an explosion, a whisper. Yeshua didn't wait for conditions. He walked on water before the laws agreed. He moved from knowing, not from evidence. Thoth said the key is action aligned with divine law. Yeshua showed that this law is love made visible. This chapter asks, will you act like it's already done? Not for show, not for outcome, but because you've become the one it belongs to. The universe doesn't follow your requests. It follows your resonance in motion.
Final activation. You are both the code and the key. You were never just here to manifest. You are here to remember. To remember that Thoth lives in your bones as sacred law, divine precision, and energetic architecture, and that Yeshua breathes through your heart as living frequency, embodied truth, and love-made action. You don't need to beg the universe. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to match the vibration of the one who already knows. Because the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stand in stillness, speak from essence, and act from wholeness, that's when the universe recognizes you. Not as someone who is asking, but as the one it has always been waiting to meet. And now, to anchor this shift, to seal this remembrance not just in mind, but in energy, say it out loud, write it below, let it echo into your field. I carry both the code and the key. I am no longer asking, I am remembering. Type it in the comments to activate this frequency in your field. Let this be the moment your reality begins to respond, not to your request, but to your resonance.